Hello everybody, this is Yakuza Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for the Dragon Ball Z Special History of Trunks, Life of Trunks, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, essentially this explains what happened before, right when Goku died in Trunks' timeline, to when he comes back after helping Goku and the others defeat the androids. Essentially, Goku did succumb to the heart virus, obviously, like Trunks said, and the others tried fighting the androids, but they all died. And at this point in the special, Trunks is 13 at this point, and people are trying to have a bit of a normal life despite the androids running amok and causing trouble. But wherever they end up going ends up getting, like, destroyed, essentially. So everybody is living in constant fear whether the androids are going to show up where they live. And if they do, they're essentially screwed and they just need to run. But yeah, these androids are just pure evil. They cannot be reached. Yeah, Trunks goes to try and find out what's going on when he heard the androids were attacking, but he got there after they had left. And yeah, this is really obviously affecting him, but then again, it would affect anybody because they're having to live in that hellhole. And Bulma, in the meantime, is trying to figure out how to make a time machine so she can go back. They can go back in time, give Goku the heart medicine, and try and stop the androids in that time period. Anyway, Trunks ends up running into future Gohan, who is, how old at this point? 21, 22, somewhere around there. And he ends up taking Trunks on as his pupil to train him on how to fight, so he can help fight the androids too, because that's what Gohan's been doing this entire time. And Chi-Chi and her dad are still alive somehow. I'm surprised that the androids haven't shown. Like I said, everybody's trying to have a normal life. Like, people are still going to the amusement park. They're still having a good time and stuff. And then, obviously, Trunks is still trying to unlock the Super Saiyan form because Gohan can do that at this point. But he's having trouble. And, Gohan and Trunks go and take on the androids in the amusement park. And they end up getting their butts kicked. They manage to barely survive the last onslaught at the amusement park before the androids get bored and decide to leave because they think that they are dead. Gohan still survives, and he tries to use, sensu beans because they still exist, but they're very obviously limited supply. It's sad that there's only one left, and he has to choose between giving himself one and giving it to Trunks. Obviously, he chooses to give it to Trunks. But in the process of all this, Gohan lost his left arm. So I'm guessing that blast tore off his arm, and I don't know if he could have fixed it. If he had put it back in place and used the sensu bean, I don't know. It's never really established if you can put limbs back on that way, but yeah, he gives it to Trunks, and Trunks brings Gohan back with him, back to Capsule Corp. And afterwards, this doesn't really deter Gohan in the slightest at all. He just keeps on training with Trunks, armless, or minus one arm, I should say. And later, they're attacking another city, and Trunks is wanting to go with Gohan again because he doesn't want him to fight alone, especially now that he doesn't have an arm. Gohan ends up knocking Trunks out and going alone. because he doesn't want anything to happen to Trunks. He ends up fighting the androids decently enough, considering, like I said, he only has one arm. And afterwards, when Trunks wakes up and realizes what Gohan did, he runs out to try and find him, and he actually finds out that the androids ended up killing Gohan. This is the boost that Trunks needed in order to go Super Saiyan. However, it's sad that it took losing his friend and mentor and around like 3 years later. Hang on, I got an itch on my back. Anyway, 3 years later, Bulma's finally, completed the time machine. And she tries to get Trunks to use it, go back in time and stop the androids. But there's an attack going on, and Trunks goes to fight the androids instead. Obviously, we know that's not going to work, because even though Trunks has gotten a lot stronger since then, it's still not enough. And he ends up getting his butt kicked in the process. Thankfully, he survives, because his mother found him after the androids had left, and she brought him back home and got him healed up, or wrapped up in bandages, because there's no more senzu beans at this point. And once he's fully healed, he goes and uses the time machine. And Trunks was still wanting to go and fight at this point, but Bulma gave him a good point. You don't even know if you've got arms or legs under that blanket. You need a rest. Because he could have easily have lost his limbs and just been a torso at this point, and a head. What would he have done then? I imagine he probably would have sulked about it until his mother was able to make prosthetic limbs for him, and then he would have had to learn to use the limbs and then learn to... But yeah, that's the special, essentially showing what happened from when Goku died to up to when Trunks went back in time. Anyway, if you found this channel through this special, I'd recommend checking out some of my other content, and if you like it, I'd recommend subscribing, because I'm going to finish the Cell Saga at some point this week, I hope. And I've actually already started on the Buu Saga. Sort of. I've started on the point where Gohan's a teenager at this point. So I don't know when the Buu Saga actually technically starts. Or whichever saga is coming up next. Whichever one. Because I don't remember if I'd assume it was Buu Saga, then Majin Buu, then Evil Buu or something. Or I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the special, and I will see you all next time.